Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Business and Brews Birmingham. I'm your host, Matt Pierce. Today we're with Missy Polhemus, the CEO of Wyndy. Excited to do this. Let's get kicked off.
Wyndy is an app that connects parents with sitters who have been vetted and background checked. It allows them to find, book, and pay sitters for whenever they need. And we're over 20 markets across the United States, but founded and started right here in Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, that's awesome. And what year was Wyndy founded?
In 2017.
Oh, wow. So in 5 years to 20 markets.
Yep.
How cool.
Yeah, and certainly has been a roller coaster from the COVID side, but really great to see that pick back up again and business doing well.
So that's a great lead in. I would love to hear how you guys kind of manage some of the challenges that I'm sure COVID presented.
Yeah, sure. So, like every startup, it's all about being nimble and iterating, right? And so the team did a fantastic job of, okay, well, maybe people aren't going out on doing babysitting, like date nights anymore, and they don't need a date night babysitter. But what we did find was that there were a lot of frontline workers who still had to go work day in and day out, but their daycares were closed.
Right.
And so the team did a fantastic job of, okay, well, let's figure out how we connect these resources that we have on the student side who aren't in school right now, like they're at home because they can't be at school on a day-to-day basis either, and connect them with those parents who really need, everyone needs those parents to be able to go to work, and so connected them one-on-one to do nannying jobs. So it was very safe as far as like just the one sitter with the one family, but just examples like that of just being really scrappy and fast on your feet and thinking about how to serve the community in the best way we could.
So I know you also have a background here in Birmingham before you came on at Wyndy as the CEO, that you were at Shipt.
Correct.
So I'm sure you've got tons of scrappy startup stories. You have any you want to share with us?
Yeah, so it was, really early on as the company was growing, and we had really locked in our first partnership. Was local here, and we were getting ready to launch with them, and just doing all of the night prep before the launch and wanting to be, as perfect as we possibly could be, and everyone chipped in. From like people answering phones to like engineers to all of us on the marketing side, and we sat in like a gigantic conference room and just were QAing everything to make sure like milk had pictures and egg had pictures and everything matched up, and it was like crazy, but it was also like super fun to just see a group of people like super passionate about delivering an amazing experience, and doing whatever we could. No egos, like everyone just sitting in a room until midnight, 1:30 in the morning, just making sure we were ready. So it was fun, and that was very representative of the company in general when we were launching and making all that happen.
When we were getting mic'd up, you were talking about your experience as a college athlete and how you see parallels in that and a startup culture. Can you talk a little more about that? I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, so when I played at Birmingham-Southern. My husband and I both played soccer at Birmingham-Southern, and getting the experience of being a part of that team, you would go into preseason. And for soccer, since we play in the fall, you'd get there early before school even started. So it was really just the athletes on campus. And that time period is the closest that I can equate to the early days of a startup, where it's just so formative and so like you're going through so much, and so much of it is like the first time you've ever gone through it, right? So you don't really like go into like preseason or a startup your first or even second time like knowing what to expect. And so just going through all of those firsts together, or figuring things out, or failing the first time together, or succeeding the first time together, was just so interesting to watch us as people at all different ages. Like I think when I was there, I was like the oldest person in the room, and there's so many young people that just brought so much energy and drive, and just being a part of that experience and going through all those highs and lows and everything together. Like it was so interesting to watch us just form those relationships. And we didn't love each other all the time, and we would get frustrated and argue with each other like family, but I really believe just like that was the formative space that made us successful as a team on a soccer field. It was what led us to success at Shipt too, was just that in it to win it, no egos, like let's make it happen and do whatever we can as a team, even if it wasn't like part of your job title, like no one, it was just like everyone did everything. So that was a really great like observation that I got to be a part of on both sides.
Today we're just drinking LaCroix, and we opted to shoot here in the Velocity Center at the Innovation Depot. This is a place where Countless companies have come through and built their businesses up. They just had their annual demo night recently. And so thanks to Velocity for letting us come in here and use your spot. One more time, thank you so much to Missy for being here with us. I hope you enjoyed that. I got a lot out of it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.